Birds of Prey, finally, there's a trailer for it. I mean, the thing is coming out at the beginning of next year, I think. And this is the first proper trailer we've got for it. And it's only a 2-minute snippet as well. It's not like it's a 3-minute or 2-minute 30 trailer. They're really keeping this thing just completely out of the way. I don't know why, because it is coming out relatively soon. They're just not marketing it at all. They've done a couple of teaser spots, some TV spots, but very short stuff and a lot of reused footage. So I don't really understand why they would have held off on marketing so heavily. Because it's not like these are super well-known characters other than Harley Quinn. So it does confuse me sometimes. But let's get to this trailer anyway. The teasers have looked interesting. So let's get to it. Lego.
You know what a Harlequin is? A Harlequin's
yes.
role is to serve. It's nothing without a master. No one gives two shits who we are beyond that. The Joker and I broke up.
Oh, okay, there you go.
I wanted a fresh start. But it turns out I wasn't the only dame in Gotham looking for emancipation.
Spectacular news! Miss Quinn, she belongs to me.
Who are you guys?
Here's the deal, Quinn. You need me!
He's after all of us now. None of us are walking out of here unless we work together.
You gotta be kidding me.
Isn't this fun? It's just like a sleepover. We should order pizza. Big cosmos. Harley, focus. Okay. I'm the one they should be scared of. Not you. Not Mr. J. Because I'm Harley freaking Quinn.
Who's having a good time?
Get ready, ladies.
That is a long title.
Oh, you're that psycho
That became...
chick. I'll never call a woman a chick. I'll accept broad, lady, woman, and on occasion, bitch. Bitch? What are you talking about? That for me, will you?
Alright, I mean, that last little snippet of the trailer, like the last 10 seconds, were probably my favourite 10 seconds of the trailer. I don't know why, but it just wasn't that engaging. I don't get it. I mean, it's very Margot Robbie, Harley Quinn based. I don't know why they just didn't call it Harley Quinn instead of Birds of Prey. At least there's some IP to Harley Quinn. Everyone knows who Harley Quinn is in terms of the character from the comics and the way she was in Suicide Squad. So it is a bit odd that they decided to go with Birds of Prey if it's so heavily focused on Harley Quinn. You could have just called it Harley Quinn and the Birds of Prey. Yeah, I don't know. It didn't really do anything for me. It probably should. But I saw at the end there, just here, Ali Wong's in this as well. I mean, this is a very odd cast. And it leads me to think that maybe this film isn't going to make a ton of money, but it might make a good amount of money. Let me explain that quickly, because, like, SHAZAM was viewed as not necessarily a success by everyone. You know, it made over 4 times its budget. It cost like 80 to 90 million to make, and it made over 360. So to me, 4x budget is pretty good. You know, even including marketing, the studios made money with that. Warner Brothers and DC made money with that. This cost apparently in the region of 90 to 100 million. So, you know, if it makes close to those numbers, then I think it would have made money, and I think it would have been successful to an extent. But I don't know what the mainstream would qualify, and by that I mean the mainstream like film industry would qualify as a success in terms of box office for this film. Because if it makes 400 million on a $100 million budget, then it's 4x. It's the same as SHAZAM, and SHAZAM wasn't qualified as a bona fide success in the same way that this may be if it made $400 million. I think this is probably going to make upwards of 5 or maybe 600 million. And really the main reason for that is Margot Robbie is genuinely like a A-list celebrity. Like she's a great actress. She's one of the best young actresses in the world. But she's actually a celebrity. Everyone knows her face. You know, you go to Brazil, people might not know her name, but everyone knows her face. You go to Russia, maybe they'll know her name, but they'll know her face. They'll know that she's an actor. Whereas with all these other people here, other than maybe Ewan McGregor, they're all basically not famous. And it's a good thing, I guess, in some ways, because you don't need to be famous. A lot of people just make independent films. But I think that Shazam basically had no star power in the film. And it made 4x its budget. It made money off the IP because of what it was. It's DC Comics. This is going to do the same, but I think it will make more because Margot Robbie is genuinely a star and Ewan McGregor is a well-known actor. Plus, Harley Quinn is a more culturally relevant character than Shazam. I actually just clocked why they've decided not to market this film yet. I just realized why. They have not marketed this because of the Joker. They haven't marketed this because they don't want people to get confused between the Joker film that is coming out this week, I think, with Joaquin Phoenix, which is probably going to win some awards, and they don't want that to be sullied in the public view with just another superhero film, because it's like adding Captain Marvel. It's like Captain Marvel to Avengers Endgame. You know, one of them is clearly going to be a better film than the other one. One of them is going to be one of them fans are going to be more engaged with than the other one. And I think fans are probably going to be more interested in the Joker film because of the way it's being put out there, because of the marketing they've done for it, because of the awards push they're probably going to do for it. They're more engaged in that than they would be in this. And they've decided to hold off on this to stop people, prevent people from being confused between the universes being the same, because they're clearly not the same. Just tone-wise, this is completely different from that Joaquin Phoenix Joker. And they even mention in here about the Joker being, the Joker and Harley being broken up. So yeah, I think thank you. I guess that's what I do. I just figured out why they have not marketed this film. Is to make sure people don't get confused. People aren't that stupid, but I guess if you're not super aware of this stuff, then it all just blends into one. You'll be like, it's just another superhero film. But I think this is probably going to be more gritty, more grounded, and it is an R rating, so it will be interesting to see how much this makes, how good it is. It's coming out in like February, I think. February 2020, yeah. That's a really bad time to release films generally. Really bad. I mean, Deadpool 1 made a ton of money in February, but that was because of the way it was marketed. It was marketed in a way, as a Valentine's film, as a romantic film. It was marketed as absolutely everything. I don't think this is going to be done in that same way, in that vein. And, I mean, that just shows you that a film in February can make a ton of money. I think Deadpool 1 made like $780 million. I think it shows this can do the same thing and be as successful as that. And they both have very small budgets. I think that this will be a bigger success than people think, but it will be up to them whether they deem it as a success. Because on $100 million, $400 million is a pretty good return. You know, you take that in any line of work, a 4x investment. But yeah, I just think it didn't really do anything for me, honestly. You know, Margot Robbie is charismatic and she brings something to it, but everyone else was pretty dead. So I think maybe Harley Quinn and the Birds of Prey would have been a better title, in my opinion. But what do I know? Not a lot, apparently. Anyway, guys, if you did enjoy this video, please do like, share, comment, and subscribe to the channel down there. If you didn't, the Harley Quinn herself will come after you, alright? She's a bit... that was really, really fucking stupid, man. It took like a second to to register like the shock gone into it, and it was like, oh, you're a fucking idiot. But Harley Quinn, she'll come after you. You don't want that. I'm actually tearing up just a little bit. You don't want that. You really don't. So just subscribe anyway to avoid that. Now I've been NarendraTheComic. You've been great, and I'll see you next time. I'll see you next time. Skadoosh.